I literally was like feeling like I had no purpose and nothing that was really fulfilling. I wanted to help people, especially like when you're in between assignments. Nursing is such a calling to us that we want to help people. So you could feel what I would feel in that moment where I'm like, I don't want to just be traveling and doing nothing. I really want a life here on earth that is so fulfilling. But guess what? That never would have happened if I didn't get on that horse so many times when I was terrified. Because to say that it was easy, it wasn't. There was so many rocky roads. There was so many moments of doubt. Can I even do this? Should I how do I even level up my standards? How do I just show up as a better person? Imagine looking back at it and you're like, and I didn't reach for those big things because I was just uncomfortable. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Fit Nurse Diaries with Courtney Brooks. So, as you're probably wondering, you're like, why is she wearing the cowgirl hat? And it is because, well, we do love a cowgirl hat, but also it is because this month in the community, we are doing a theme, okay? And if you're in this ecosystem, you want to be involved in all the themes. So get your cowgirl hat on, get your boots on, and let's giddy up onto this horse. So the idea of the theme this month is it's called Giddy Up 2.0, okay? And basically with that theme, the idea is that when you are going to ride a horse and you get on the horse and it is absolutely uncomfortable and you're like, oh, I don't really want to get on right now. And you feel the turning in your stomach and you know that you're doing something really big that you haven't done in a while. And because you don't really know the pathway, you don't know where the horse is going, you don't know the trail, you don't know if they're going to buck up, if something's going to happen. So oftentimes we get really uncomfortable to hop on that horse. But the thing is that when you get on the horse, they are absolutely going to be trotting off, cantering, galloping, whatever, and they're moving quick. So the idea is that get on that horse anyways and giddy up because you want to do the uncomfortable thing so that you can actually get to the goals and do the unknown trails. Okay, don't stay in that comfort zone. So today we're talking all about that. So literally the themes, even in this ecosystem this month, what we're doing for a challenge is we literally have every single day we're doing uncomfortable things. So even for me, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to Dallas, which my first time ever. So hooray to that. And for my Dallas girls, let's go, yeehaw. I'm all ready for it. And, I've never been there, but also I don't ride horses. And, I used to when I was younger, but I am going to ride some horses and I want to do even more uncomfortable things. So I'm telling myself I don't know if I'm going to go to the point of sky jumping or anything like that, but I want to do something really uncomfortable because that is where the next level of yourself lies. It literally lies in doing the uncomfortable things. So let's giddy up. And I want to tell you girls a couple of stories about myself, but then also bring it back to you, but also bring it back to, even members in the community because I want to tell different stories other than my own. But I want you guys to see the ripple effect of getting on that horse. Okay. So I want you to imagine right now, try to close your eyes. It's really weird. What are you doing, Courtney? Try to close your eyes and imagine you're at this stable, okay? And this stable is beautiful. You're on a ranch and you got a horse there and it's absolutely beautiful, silky fur, all the different stuff. And it's ready for you. And there is a saddle on its back. There is the stirrups ready. Someone literally has their hand and they're like, let's get on. And now that path that we're going down, you absolutely have no idea. You have no idea if it's going to rain. You have no idea if you're going off trails for hours. You have no idea if it's super rocky. You have no idea how the horse is going to react, if you're going to fall off. You have no idea. But you need to get on that horse because that is the thing that changes everything for you. So I want to share a couple moments in my life that I've gotten on the horse that changed so much of my trajectory of life. And I want to be able to open this up to you as well to be able to see what things you are holding yourself back from and what that actually means. Because it's not just that you hold yourself back and you stay the same. Like, you'll stay the same, but then a lot of things actually get worse in our lives, especially weight, if we don't get on that horse. So really big thing for me that was a huge change in my life that I had to do a really uncomfortable thing is when I moved from a really small town. We're talking literally like couple like thousands of people. And I decided to move to Miami. And that was absolutely terrifying because, I'm going into literally leaving nursing job that I've known for 2 years, where I actually was starting to feel good about that role. And I was like, I'm doing a good job. I know my staff, I know everyone, and I felt comfortable. But a big part of me inside, and I think we all have this in there, you felt like you just wanted more. And in that moment, I was like, okay, I really want to do travel nursing. And moving to Miami meant that I would have to learn an absolutely new healthcare system, meet new friends, leave my team behind, and just completely up and move away from my family and everything. And that was absolutely terrifying. So I did it. I moved to Miami. I started a travel nursing assignment. As many of you know, you've heard the stories, in the heat of COVID, it was absolutely tough. My first day of working in the hospital, I was in the storage closet calling my girl that was doing the travel nursing assignment for me. And I was like, what am I doing here? What is happening right now? This is it felt unsafe. I felt overwhelmed. I'm literally learning a new healthcare system where literally someone could sue you at any moment. That doesn't happen in Canada. There was so much more risk. I was learning new medications. You have to scan all the items. And I'm just what is happening right now? And I was just about to just fall over and go back and return back to my hometown because that was my comfortable state. And that was the place I've always known, and I can always easily go back there. And in that moment, my gal was like, Court, I'm going to give you some tough love right now because you absolutely need this. And I'm just going to say, do you really want to be that version of you that is living in that small town that is just comfortable and not pursuing your dreams? Because this is your only shot. You want to do travel nursing, you're going to get blacklisted if you all of a sudden give up this assignment this early on. Do you want to give up on your travel nursing career and those dreams and hopes and things you worked so hard for and envisioned for so long? And I was just like, man, I can't give up, even though it was freaking hard. It was so uncomfortable. When you feel that uncomfortableness in your body, you don't feel confident. You don't feel good. You don't feel certain in yourself. And it's so hard to feel those things. But I just kept pushing through. Okay. And then literally months later, I felt really good. People were like, oh my gosh, I heard all about you, as a nurse and stuff like that, because people are saying really good things because I started actually getting really good at what I was doing and felt really comfortable and confident with this role, which I never would have done if I didn't stick with that uncomfortableness. So yes, I got back on that horse. Okay, that was my horse. Now, this is the wild piece. So I really want you to stick with me with this story because it has a ripple effect. It's not just one thing oh yeah, Courtney, she went to Miami, she did the travel nursing and that was all fine and dandy. No, that was a hard experience. It was so outside my comfort zone. But then it had a ripple effect into other areas of my life because guess what? I was in between my travel nursing assignments. I was supposed to leave to go to Oregon, and I literally worked so hard to get that license. It took me so long. And I was doing a bikini competition, all the things, and I was like, I'm just going to take a little bit of months off and then I'm going to go to Oregon, which never would have happened if I didn't like actually decide I'm going to go to Miami. So I started pursuing my career that I loved. And then I ended up meeting this guy. And right away he was like, what are you guys doing? Like, he saw me in Miami and he came up to me, and I didn't think anything of it. And then a couple of nights later, I went out, which I never really go out. Okay. You guys know I'm not a drinker. But I went out because it was 4th of July. And the first person that I saw when I went out was this guy. And I was like, oh, like, that's so crazy. I never posted where I was going. He never posted. Like, I had no idea. And Miami is huge. So the fact that I literally saw this same person literally a couple of days later, and he's from Australia, he was traveling there. I was like, what is the fate in that? And then we decided we were going to go on a couple of dates. And then this is pretty wild. Everyone's going to judge me for this, but I don't care. I'm laying my heart on my sleeve. A couple of days later, we actually went traveling to Hawaii, which is crazy. But with that, I, again, got back on that horse, and I was like, I'm going to do the uncomfortable thing in the pursuit of possible like love, and you know, putting myself in that position again, even though I've been heartbroken in the past. But I did it because I was like, you know, this is your opportunity. This is a really nice person. This is someone that really aligns with you. So you have to do the uncomfortable thing. Not saying you have to go to Hawaii right away. Careful. But it's definitely uncomfortable. And it meant, you know, that was the person that I really got to know in-depthly. And this is the person that to this day I'm still with, like 4 years later. And that would have never happened if I wasn't in Miami. So you're starting to see the ripple effect now, right? So not only that, we're not stopping there. Okay, let's keep this going because it's just getting good. So from there, what does he do? He owns a fitness business in Australia. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever because I love fitness. Fitness is literally my, like, I want to say bread and butter, but I'm like, we're not bringing out the butter in here. Like, we need some avocado. Okay, we need some healthy fats. But either way, like, I was like, I love fitness, and it was a huge dream of mine to eventually do fitness. Like, I've seen other people online that were doing fitness, and I like thought it was the coolest thing ever, but I was like, that'll never be me. Now I have someone in front of me that literally is this incredible person that I love that is willing to help me learn how to do fitness online and help people. And at that point that I was in between those travel nursing assignments, I literally was like feeling like I had no purpose and nothing that was really fulfilling. I wanted to help people, you know, especially like when you're in between assignments. Like, nursing is such a calling to us that we want to help people. So you could feel like what I would feel in that moment where I'm like, I don't want to just be traveling and doing nothing. Like, I really want a life here on earth that is so fulfilling. And it's wild to even think about. I get so emotional because, you know, he helped me be able to create a fitness business that led us to the Fit Nurse movement today. And he did that because he welcomed me into the ClickFunnels community, which is basically a business community. And I learned everything that I know today from that community and from him. Now, that wouldn't happen if I didn't meet him, right? So now you're starting to see there was the meeting my partner, and then my partner, you know. And just as I say to all you girls, I think it's so important that you have like high standards in your life and you create a high standard people around you. That's exactly what happened when I met my partner. I wasn't the best version of myself. I had so much work I needed to do on my mental health, on how I was showing up as a person. And because he already like knew himself and was willing to like help me be better, he held high standards for me. I'll be so real about that because I tell all you girls all the time, it's like, you know, hold the high standards in your life. Hey, he did that to me. I wasn't someone that held them myself. He taught me how to do that by being like, hey, this is how I want to be treated. So what did that do is that leveled me up. Okay, so then I became an even better person for everyone around me. I became like someone that actually is like thinking fully about other people all the time and all this stuff. And I became a better quality like human being because of this partnership. So like that's already 4 things that completely changed my life because I kept getting on that horse that was so uncomfortable, right? Now, all those things included, it's led us to this moment right now where we're on the podcast, where we literally have helped thousands of women in our program and we have 300 active members right now. Like that is insane. But not only that, like it's not the number to me, it's the amount of change that has helped so many people in their lives. Like the in-depth change that it causes for each person that walks into this ecosystem that is on this podcast, all that stuff. Like that is what makes all this worth it. But guess what? That never would have happened if I didn't get on that horse so many times when I was terrified. Because to say that it was easy, it wasn't. There was so many rocky roads. There was so many moments of doubt. Can I even do this? Should I like, how do I even like level up my standards? How do I, just show up as a better person? How could I run the business? Like all those things went through my mind over the past like literally like so long, but I still did it. And on the other side of that, you see how your whole life changes because you do those hard things. So yes, there was moments where it was raining on the trail. There was moments where it was rocky. There was moments that there was boulders in there and I literally had to climb over it with the horse. We're absolutely whipping it. There was times I had to slow down. Sometimes I had to speed up. But at least I got on. Because if you think about it, we all have those horses in our life. We all have the things that we are avoiding. We have the things that make us extremely uncomfortable. Like you deciding, am I going to join a fitness program? Am I going to put myself and my heart back out there for love again? Am I going to, do that travel nursing assignment that you always wanted to do? Like all those things are your horse. And all those things we have to just get on. Okay? Because the alternative is that if we don't get on the horse, like someone else will. Absolutely. Someone else will steal your spot, get on that horse and go and pursue it. And when they do that, you get to see the potential of what you could have had, but you never reached for it. And that's hard. Like imagine looking back at the end of your life and being like, and I didn't reach for those big things because I was just uncomfortable. And now it's so important to say, gals, that like, I know what that feels like. It's our nervous system literally trying to save us because our nervous system doesn't want us to be in fear. It doesn't want us to be not in that homeostasis, right? That's like it's same with our weight as well. Our weight is always trying to creep back to homeostasis. Why? Because that is the safe thing where your body is not under stress, where your body naturally can lie, where it can be safe, easy. It's something that is expected, right? To be in a deficit, to be losing weight isn't expected by your body and it's always going to try to go back. That's why we hit plateaus. So it's the same with our life, with our journey. And I want to give actually an example from the community because it's not only me. This is literally so many women that walked in terrified to even join the community. That's their horse. They're on that call. They felt called to the video. They felt called in this podcast. And they were like, I am meant to be here. I literally had one of the girls last week that was like, Court, I've been looking at your ads for literally like months. And she like was crying because she was like, Court, like I literally like wish I came in here sooner. And I was like, hey, we don't want to judge ourselves for like the amount of time that it took to be able to do the thing because the thing is scary. It's hard. It's very hard to change your life. It's very hard to get on the horse with all these different things that we talked about today. But what it does is like she got into the community and then right away is hopping into the Zoom calls, is making friends, is feeling love. She's like literally writing in there and she's like, we're like, this is the best thing like I ever could have done for myself. And everyone else, all the members too, were like, yes, like let's go, like all the things. And they want to bring the hype and the energy to her as well. So like the fact is that she is going to change everything for herself because of that one decision that she made. She's now going to have a healthier, longer, happier life. And probably her partner will, probably her patients will. I have so many girls in like that literally were like, I don't know if I can even lose weight, but I'm taking a chance right now. And I'm thinking of one girl in particular that literally was like felt that way coming in and now has been in the program for 2 months. And she's going to her patients and she's telling her patients, hey, like try eating like this, try moving your body like this, try doing the steps here. And all of a sudden the patients are like, thank you so much. Like you changed my life. So you see now, like she wouldn't have been able to do that. She wouldn't be that even better version of herself for herself, the way she's showing up, or to be able to help the patients more if she didn't take that chance. Right. And that's just one example. Like I wanted to take it away from, just myself. Like these are perfect examples of the horses in our lives. And the alternative is, my gals, because it's always important to look at both pathways, is that this pathway leads to completely different outcomes, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's raining, even if the trail's bumpy. But if we go the alternative, we're staying at the stable. We're drinking the hot chocolate. We might even be drunk at that point. Not saying I don't drink, but if we're trying to numb the pain of the fact that we did not do the uncomfortable thing, some of us might be chilling at the stable, comfortable, saying, I'll do it next time. But guess what? Next time doesn't come. And next time is months from now. And then the months turn into months later, and then years. And then we still keep on going. And it's because there's no right moment. There's never a right time. But it is something that is so vital in pursuing the things that you want to pursue in your life. Because if you stay at the stable, you never get to know what was possible for you. And that's a crazy piece. So I really want you to think about the things in your life that are those horses right now. Like, take a moment. Is it in your partnership? Is it in your fitness journey? Is it in the uncomfortable thing like riding the horse like me in Dallas? Or is it something really small? But whatever it is, there's got to be something. And the reason why I know that is because we all have goals and we have desires in our heart. And guess what? They wouldn't be in your heart for no reason. You don't have dreams about things that weren't meant to be yours. But the real question is, are you willing to actually try to pursue it, even if it's hard? Because that is where you actually achieve it. So today, I want you to be able to walk away from this episode. And even if you want to write in the comments as well and be like, this is what my horses are and this is what I'm going to do this week. I think that that's so important because there's actually an action to it. And if you're an action taker, like we want to be in here, right? We want to take on those characteristics. Write in the comments what those horses are and what you're going to do this week. Absolutely do it, because then you're actually accountable to it. Then you actually wrote it out there into the universe. You wrote it out there. I'm like, well, let's wrote it out. Rodeo it out. But I think that is really important. And we don't want to just watch this to passively watch these podcasts. We want to be able to find something that, hey, I can do this and I can change from this very moment. So I want you to think about that. Okay. And what I'm going to do, as literally between me and you, my thing that I'm going to do is go to Dallas. Okay. So if you see me in Dallas, know that that was something outside my comfort zone. Because guess what? I'm literally traveling there alone as well. And I've never been there. So it's new feels for me, new food, new everything. But that's the exciting part. So that being said, thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Giddy Up 2.0, the theme of July. And make sure you hit that subscribe button and leave your comments of what your horses are. Okay, bye-bye.